$150,000 setup for HOTSHOT it. 2024 Dodge 5500 with that 2024 Infiniti GNW 600 trailer. Capacity to bring 6 cars. Yeah, it's a beautiful setup. Very beautiful setup. Love it. Tahoe on top, Corvette, S4, good Lexus, good paying load. Shout out to Carolina Customs for getting that rear end on the chassis done. Beautiful, beautiful. Black plate diamond, very beautiful setup. Recommend it to all those that want to get into this HOTSHOTing with a CDL. This is the setup to do it. You can run it like a 3-car with the top down. You can run it as a 6-car or run it as a 5-car as I have it right now. Very beautiful. YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy, the All-Star Transporter, back again. Haven't dropped a full-length video in a long time, and you know, I figured I'd drop something today. And someone asked me to touch bases on what I'm currently doing and how to get into it. You know, a lot has changed. It's been a nice journey, change of pace. As you can see, I'm not in Big Red anymore. I'm in something different, and I'll get into that later on in this video. I want to shout out all my transporters out there who still got that pedal to the metal, getting it done. You know, don't give up, guys. We're still going. Currently Friday, about 6:30 in the morning. I had a load of cars I'm taking up to the auction right now. You know, about 40-minute drive left. Figured I'll share a little video with you guys, touch bases, show you what I got going on for the day. To everyone out there that celebrates it, happy Halloween. Be safe, have fun. But, you know, without further ado, let's get into it. Currently sitting in my 2024 Dodge 5500.
Head north toward Connecticut 15 North.
Oh,
Merge onto Connecticut 15 North, then take exit 65A.
I'll let her talk. Yeah, all right, there we go. So, as I was saying, I'm currently in my Dodge 5500. It's a 2024. Attached to that good old Infiniti GNW 600 6-car trailer. And I'll throw the setup in a video later on. For many of you that have been following my journey over the past few years, I started as an owner-operator in the ports, you know, tractor trailer setup, doing containers. Now I'm currently doing HOTSHOT CDL car hauling. Local, good gig, good paying gig at that. You know, a lot of work with it, but I like it. It's fun, keep you on your toes. And it was a change of pace for me. Things were nice down in the ports for a while, then the supply chain changed, and got to change with the times, you know. Can't keep doing the same things in life. Got to go ahead and switch gears when the economy changes. And I stumbled upon this thing here, and I've been loving it since. It's been almost 2 years since I've been doing this, and I gotta say, I'm enjoying every minute of it. It's different. It's different. I won't lie to you. Going from a tractor trailer to a medium duty truck hauling a gross of 50,000 pounds, it takes some getting used to. And to all my transporters out there, I'll be honest with you. I thought it would have been cake driving this truck, but it's smoother driving a tractor trailer. This thing is a little bit harder to maneuver, you know, with all that weight on it. So don't get it twisted when you see these things coming down the road. Getting into this field, I got a lot more respect for HOTSHOTers. A lot more respect. Backing up these 50-foot trailers, you would think it would be easier, but attached to a truck like this, them things swivel fast, and you gotta be on your tippy toes. Gotta be on your tippy toes. You gotta be able to correct. You can't oversteer or understeer. Like, the thing is sensitive, and I had to learn quickly that even though this trailer is as long as a container, it moves like a 20-foot. So you got to be able to pivot with it quick. but it isn't a comfortable ride versus the tractor trailer setup. You know, I got the big screen in here because you can see I can lean back how I want to. You know, I got plenty of cab room. The height of the truck itself is pretty good when I'm empty, so I can pretty much go onto any low bridge and get through some shortcuts. So the setup is nice. It's a real nice setup. Where do I start? So getting in this business is tough. It takes a lot of connections. It takes knowing people. It takes knowing where to be, you know, as they say, being in the right place at the right time and networking, you know. And one of the major things about this car hauling business is you have to have good equipment. You gotta have good equipment. You can't go out there and say, I'm gonna buy some used equipment and just hit the road running. You know, you gotta have your equipment up to par, because these vehicles that you load on these trailers and hauling them, they put you to the test. You know, your truck gets beat up. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna hook to a trailer and just go drive 600 miles and then go drop that trailer. No, you're loading and unloading multiple times a day. In my case, you know, 3-4 times a day, I'm loading and unloading 6 vehicles. So imagine, that's 50,000 pounds on and off. You know what I'm saying? So it's the first thing with this hot shot in business is making sure you got the right equipment so you don't have no downtime. You know, this business is day by day dispatch. You don't know what you're doing tomorrow until later in the day. You know, I don't even know what I'm doing Monday until about Sunday. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's why it's important that your equipment is up to par, because you go down, you lose work. Trust me. I've met a few people out here that's been doing this for years, and their major downfall right now is their equipment breaking down. And hauling vehicles is hard. It puts a lot of stress on your equipment. So having your equipment up to par is very important. Another thing about this industry is, if you're going to get into it, be prepared. Be very prepared, because in my opinion, these setups are the most targeted setups by DOT, and I can vouch for that. I drove containers for my own company for 3 years, I want to say. 2 to 3 years, roughly. And I've been stopped 2 times in those 3 years. And I was stopped not because of the equipment, but because of my own wrongdoing, you know. Left lane when I'm not supposed to be in the left lane. Many of y'all know that, trying to get around somebody hogging up that middle lane. I've been stopped for no seatbelt. You know, those are the only 2 times I've been stopped. I haven't been stopped to check weight. I haven't been stopped because I got issues with my truck or my trailer having issues, I should say, like low tires or lights out. None of that. So in 3 years, I've been stopped twice running containers. Now, running this hotshot setup, I've been stopped twice in 1 day. One day. And I remember like it was yesterday. Actually, it was a year ago this day. Last Halloween, I got stopped by Connecticut DOT twice within half an hour. Heading down with a load on 84. They stopped me, did an inspection. It was a clean roadside. And then on the way back up, on the other side, another DOT stopped me, and I just, you know, showed him my clean roadside from half an hour before, and he let me go. But it goes to show you, empty or loaded, they just love the hotshot setup. And I tell anyone, you get into this business, be prepared. You're gonna be a target, just like flatbedders. You're gonna be a target, because this is the easiest setup to find a violation with, whether it be overweight, which is the main thing I keep getting stopped for, is being overweight, because it's hard to regulate your weight properly on these things. Like, I don't care what no one says. Car haulers have it hard when you have a full load. It's hard to regulate that weight because none of your cars are always the same weight, and you have to load it with the height in mind more so than the weight. So you're always going to be overweight. I don't care what no one says. If you have a full load on a car hauler, you're going to be overweight, whether a couple 100 pounds or a couple 1,000 pounds. You're going to be overweight. So that's one thing. You're always going to find a violation with these car hauling, especially the hot shotters. DOT loves us. And, you know, it's one of those industries that is hot and it's cold. Just like anything else. You got your days where you're running on full steam and you're busy, you got so much work that you don't know what to do. And then you got those weeks that it's just like you're just barely making it by. Luckily for me, we're local over here. You know, everything here is all set contracts, all word of mouth contracts, that is all dedicated work. So for myself, I'm busy 6 days a week. For the other guys running central dispatch and those other load boards, so and ACV load boards, some of those guys, they having a hard time because, you know, you may get one car here, 2 cars here, and then you're trying to fill up the rest of your trailer and have things going all in the same direction. And a lot of times it don't work out like that. So guys will be sitting for a while until they could put a full load together, you know, whether they're running 3-car trailers where you're looking for a 3-pack heading in the same direction, or you're running a 6-car setup and you're looking for a 6-pack heading in the same direction. It's difficult, you know. But yeah, it's fun getting a lot of different cars, get to test out different vehicles, you get to see the technology in the different vehicles. I predominantly do dealer cars. I do a lot of cars from the auction, some new cars from the distributors, but mainly used cars, a lot of nice expensive cars, a lot of, you know, luxury cars. I do a lot of government cars as well, as I've had a few shorts with police cars on the truck, and you never know what you're gonna get into, you know. Like just yesterday, I had to haul a government car that was smashed up. It ran and drive, but all the airbags were deployed. So imagine my surprise trying to load that with the side curtain airbags all in the way. You can't see out the window, you know. Then you got the elements such as rain and all of that, making it hard to get on the trailer and making everything slippery. So every day is a different day, you know. But to anyone that's interested in getting into this type of trucking, take it from me. It's different, but it's fun. You never know what you're going to get into. You never know what kind of cars you're going to get from a day-to-day basis. You never know if DOT is going to mess with you. It's one of those things that it keeps you on your toes. There's not a lot of downtime for me doing this as compared to the ports. When I was in the ports, I would sit for 2-3 hours waiting to get loaded. Over here, I load myself. Once I know where my vehicles are, I get right to it. So it's not a lot of sitting around. You're always on the move in this kind of field. You know, it's good money in it as well. Just got to make those connections, got to get those contracts. You got to find your lane. I always said this, find your lane. Find what works for you and master that lane. You know, everyone tries to jump from place to place, jump from thing to thing, and never stick to one thing, and it messes them up, and they can never master it and never maximize their profit. My opinion to anyone out there, find your lane, find what works for you, and you will be successful. Keep an open mind, you know. It took me a while to get used to the idea of not driving a tractor trailer, because I love tractor trailers. I love them. I love shifting my gears, you know, jake braking. I love all of that. And it took me a while to have all this weight but be so low to the ground, you know. And the biggest thing, the most asked question I get when people see my setup is, can that truck pull that weight? And I tell everyone the same thing. It absolutely can. 50,000 pound gross with a Dodge 5500, and I can pull these grades like it's nothing. I can go ahead and do 75, 80 on the highway like it's nothing. The truck was designed to pull this weight. But I also tell everyone, this is the bare minimum you need to pull 6 cars. You know, next will be a semi-truck setup with the same 6 car, maybe 7 car setup. But for now, this works. You know, it's cheaper insurance with this kind of setup. But, you know, you lose a lot of weight allowed, if you get what I'm saying. Like, the rear ends on this thing can only handle 13,000, as compared to a tractor trailer, you get an extra 4,000, sometimes 17,000 to 20,000 on that one axle. So that's something to consider. But for what I do, it works, and it's a very comfortable ride. Again, you get the technology of basically a pickup truck, and then you get the work capability of a semi-truck. So it's a very good setup, and I suggest anyone getting into this business, the 5500s are the way to go. You can't go wrong with a Dodge 5500 hauling cars.